Hello and welcome to New Hope Dairy and Cattle Farm. This is a new series and this is the introduction episode, just to let you know what we're going to be doing. So basically we're going to be dairy and cattle farmers, and we're going to be using the Realistic Livestock mod by Arrow. I'll put a link in the description to let you know where to get it. You get it off GitHub. Yeah, pretty easy. Just go and follow the link. On the right hand side there's a little area to download the mod. It normally gives you 3 different sections, but you just download the main zip file and then just put it into your mod folder. Pretty easy. If you're struggling with it, just drop me a line in the comments and I'll walk you through it. Right, so these are our Limousin beef cattle, and with the Realistic Livestock mod you can see, if you go up onto an animal you can just put your cursor on it and it will give you its name and all the basic information, plus also its genetics. So this is Abby. She's 10 months old. She's not very ready for mating yet, but her genetics are good, so once she is, she should produce very, very well. This I think is a Limousin bull, also very good genetics. And this one you can see the ear tags that are now on all of the animals. So each animal is now individually crafted, so to speak, in this app. So you have to deal with each animal's health, etc., specifically, rather than in clusters like we do in the normal animal husbandry. Now the one thing is that the basic 3D shape of the animals has not been changed yet. The easy way to tell is that the bulls will have a nose ring. There you can just caught a glimpse of the nose ring. Let's just see if he'll lift his head again. There we go, you can just see the nose ring down at the bottom there. Right, so we have a couple of Limousins. We don't have a huge stock yet, because the whole thing is we want to breed up from what we have. We want to buy some extra animals and start a breeding program. So that is our beef stock at the moment. Then if we go into here, this is our dairy herd in this barn. If we just go through to here, we'll be able to jump up and over and go and have a look at the dairy herd quickly. Once again, you can get all the detail just by going up to the animal, and it's got all its details. Of course, this is a modded cow barn, beautiful, beautiful modded cow barn. We'll be looking at that in depth as we go through the series. And there's a youngster. This is Cyril, the Holstein bull. He's going to be good once he grows up. He's only 10 months old, so he's still got a couple of months before he can be put to work. And particularly on these young ones, you can really see the tags. If we go into the animal dialogue, it looks pretty similar to what you would expect, except, well, it looks nothing what it used to look like, although the basics are the same. So you've still got on your far left hand side your animals in, animals out, and now we have a information tab. So we are now looking at the brown Swiss tag number 21004 Arabelle, and you can see we get all her details. So we get her age is 10 months, her weight at the moment is 341 kgs, Her target weight is 784 kgs. So she's going to be a milking cow, so we have to regulate her weight, make sure that she doesn't go too much overweight. She can't reproduce this because she's still too young. She's only 10 months and they have to be 12 months and older. And then of course at the bottom we've got all her genetics. So her metabolism, her health, fertility, quality extremely high is what we like. So our aim is to get everything, our whole herd, green, and to be able to supply enough milk for us to be able to produce at least cheese in our dairy. We do have a dairy and we'll take you around and let you have a look at that as well. Right, so these are the rest of the animals that we have. So we've got, where are we now? We need to go back up there. And we've got Arabelle, we've got Lovely Rascal. These are the bulls that we've got. Lovely Rascal, a Swiss bull, and Bucky is also a Swiss bull. At the moment we've got 2 bulls in the pen. We'll have to decide who we're going to keep and maybe separate out the bulls. That's some of the work that we're going to have to do and decide, because we don't want to keep more than 1 bull in the paddock at any one time. Luckily the animals that we have are not really ready yet for mating, so we'll sort that out in our first episode. So we've got Bella, who is 10 months old, so she can't breed yet, and we have Tiny Dolly, who can breed. So we're probably going to have our bulls fighting all over. And then we've got a Cyril, who's a young Holstein bull. We'll have to take him out and put him with the other bulls, so we'll have to create a bull enclosure somewhere along the line. So that's great stuff. Yeah, once the cows are pregnant, you'll be able to see the calves, how many calves they're having. You've got to manage their weight, and you've got to decide when you're going to sell, what stock you're going to keep. There's just so many things that we'll go through, and this whole series is about working through this realistic livestock mod. It's going to be a lot harder than doing normal cows, but that's what it's supposed to do. Right, so let's get out of here. So this is basically our dairy herd. It's going to be in this barn. We can have, I think, 270 odd cows in there. Right, let's go and have a look at the rest of the farm quickly. Okay, so let's have a look and see what sort of implements or tractors we have. So we've got a Steyr, we've got a Mega Case, and we've got our JCB Fast Track. So let's go and have a quick look at those in our vehicle menu. So there we go, let's go through them quickly. So we've got our Case, heavy horsepower, 658 horsepower. Then we've got our Fast Track is 400 horsepower, and our Steyr is 302 horsepower. So we've got a nice spread of vehicles there. And if we go across the road, we've got our implement shed. Most of our implements are geared towards cutting the meadow grass that we're going to be used for making hay. We're going to be feeding hay mainly. Occasionally we'll go onto some TMR, a water tanker, because we need to fill up some water as well in the open fields. We've got our workshop just around the corner here. We can do our repairs, etc. And just before we go and look at the rest of the top farm, if we just go around the corner here, we have our dairy, which is tucked away at the back here. And this is where we will deliver our milk to and get our product made up. It's probably cheese and maybe butter and we'll get that sold into the markets. We'll just nip on back up to the main farm area. And we've got our biogas plant. So we will be putting our slurry and our manure into here to produce electrical charge, methane, and digestate. We'll probably sell the digestate because we're not going to have any fuels. We're just going to work with the meadow that we have. Well, for the time being, that may change. At the moment, the only place that we'll get manure and slurry from is from the dairy barn and the dairy cows. But in the winter time, we're going into September, so in November we'll move over our outside animals into this enclosure here, and then we'll put some straw down, etc., and so we'll be able to get some slurry and digestate from those as well. So this is our winter barn for our outside animals. Fantastic. And then just one last thing, well, let's just go and have a look up here. So we've got storage area for our excess bales. We have a shop area where we can buy any stuff that we need. Initially we was probably going to need straw. We'll probably be buying in straw the majority of the time because we'll have no fields. This is our hay stack where we will be drying our grass into hay so that we can feed hay. If we go around the back, we have a manure heap just there, and around the front of the barn we've got our slurry pit here, and this is our collection point for our milk just over there. So that's the basic farm area. Of course, we started off at our farmhouse. There's just one last thing to show you. If we just drive through the field here, and we'll head on down to our little pond area, and we have a little surprise there. Just something a little bit different, but kind of ties in. In fact, it does tie in. So down here we have a very small, at this stage, herd of water buffalo. So we have one pretty old bull, 6 years old, but he's got his genetics are really very, very good. And then we've got a very good young water buffalo, 10 months old, still a couple of months before it can breed, but also genetics pretty good. And we've got this open field that actually goes into the water, and I have seen them in the water, so hopefully we will be able to show you that water buffalo in the water. And then one last thing down this area, because these open fields need water, we have a water supply, water pump just down at the bottom here. I was hoping that it would automatically feed to the open fields or cow pastures, but it doesn't. But that's where we'll be able to pump water out and take water up to them. And that basically is New Hope Farm. So from September we'll be farming full time. We do have enough food to last the night, and then we'll have to start mowing our fields. A couple of things that we need to look at. We've got some bulls that need to be separated out, We have got to start getting some grass in, getting some hay made, and we have to look at a place to make a bullpen, so to speak. So we've got all that to do. We will be playing at 3 times speed. At the moment we've still got 0.5 speed, and we will start off not with 157,000, but we'll start off with 180 odd thousand dollars, just to make sure that we have some cash flow. And that's the basis of the game. So I hope you are as excited as I am to get this going and to learn about the Realistic Livestock mod. If you are, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Or they'll catch you in the first one. Let's put it that way. Oh dear. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in episode 1 of New Hope Farm. Cheerio.